Hi, Minesh Baxi here, and I have an interesting guest, and he's from Troy, so not too far from here. In fact, your office is what, maybe 2-3 miles from here?
Less than that, yeah. I'm on Kurtz Boulevard.
Kurtz Boulevard, which is about, what, 15 and a half?
Yes.
15 and a half. So, welcome, Steve. I appreciate it, and I'm sure you are just like everybody else who's like excited about achieving results. And I'm glad to see you here from that perspective. When I met you on Wednesday, I was like, wow, this man has some passion, energy, and he has something he wants to share with people. So welcome.
Thanks, Minesh, for having me. Appreciate it.
You're absolutely welcome. So Steve, you at a young age figured out that entrepreneurship was the way to go. So tell me a little bit about your journey, how you became an entrepreneur.
Yeah, so really I started off as an artist. I always drew growing up, middle school, high school. I was in the art program. And I went to CCS for college for Creative Studies in Detroit, great art school. See, I went in there starting for illustration, and then I came out doing design. I just kind of fell in love with using abstract shapes, putting them together, using design for a purpose, using art as a purpose, and I guess in the more commercial sense. And so I worked at a design studio for a couple of years in Royal Oak, and kind of on the side, I would gain these clients, doing different designs, from logo design to doing some websites. A lot of what I did was t-shirt design. I would design t-shirts for brands, companies that my friends owned. And I would send that out to some different places to get done. And from the design to the final product, it was quite a bit different. I didn't understand that. So I kind of set out to fix that problem. Like, how can I get the final printed product exactly how I designed it as a designer and exactly how my client approved it and wants to use it for their company, their brand, their promotion, whatever they want to use it for. So I ended up leaving my job at the design studio in 2014, actually March 2014. So this upcoming week is about 6 years. Yeah. So I started screen printing t-shirts out of a very small area, not much bigger than this, hand printing them. They called it my sweatshop because it was elevated in the loft area, and it was hot, and in the summer it was sweating up there. So I was trying to figure out how can we print and keep the integrity of the design. And coming from that background, I thought about different processes that I could use by understanding the ink, the technique, and what the materials were used so I could get that kind of effect.
So you are a perfectionist. Would that be a good way to put it?
Yeah.
And I think you mentioned very well that you have the logical brain, obviously the creative brain and the logical brain put together in one, so that you are able to take an opportunity, create this. That is obviously amazing to me. So obviously you started 6 years ago in being an entrepreneur, and that's fantastic. And obviously you got other projects to talk about as well. But I want to segue for a second, if you don't mind. I know you are also somebody who's actively involved in the community and charities as well. Do you want to mention anything like that?
Yeah, so I'm on the board of Men Who Care Detroit, and it's a great, great local charity. And I want to mention an event we have coming up in May. So
you can bring that up and show it to people so they can see it across your face there or something. Yeah, that should be enough. Yep.
So on May 15th, so I can read it, at 6 p.m. at the Royal Oak Farmers Market, Men Who Care, we're having our third annual Roaring 20s Gala. It's a great event. We are benefiting 3 charities this year. The first one is Maggie's Wigs for Kids of Michigan, Hope Against Trafficking, and Central Detroit Christian Community Development Corp. And at this event, we're going to have entertainment, raffle, silent auction. We're going to have a live auction, drinks, and strolling dinner. We get the food catered from Holiday Market, and it's amazing.
So how can they find out more about it?
Yeah, so you can go to our website, menwhocaredetroit.com, and you can find details of what we've done there and details on how to register for the event or even become a sponsor.
Interesting. So menwhocaredetroit.com. Very good. So thanks for sharing that, because I want to make sure that we didn't forget that part, especially the event is coming up soon.
Right.
And we want to make sure that people are aware of it and able to benefit the 3 charities that you mentioned. And I'm proud of you for, at a young age, deciding that, hey, this is how you can be helping the community. So let's move towards the projects that you've been working in the last 6 years. So you have capacity to do a lot more than most people think they do, right? And you started with handwork to thousands and thousands. So do you want to tell me a little bit about the growth in your business, and who are some of the people that you are working with?
Right. So I have a passion for helping companies display themselves proudly.
Correct.
Then to look good, feel good. Again, keeping that design artistic integrity. So, and I do that through custom apparel, marketing materials, and promotional products. It's a lot of physical. I like the physical aspect of it because
I know you
it's
mentioned to me,
tactile.
look at that, right? That is your card that you gave me, and you mentioned to me the main reason this is tactile. People may not keep it, but they will remember the impression they had.
Right. And that kind of embodies the spirit of my company. It's tactile. Remember it with the quality and how it feels and what you experienced with that. So with the different avenues and resources that I have, it's really a full service, but that can be very overwhelming for a company saying, hey, what can you do? Well, I can do everything from your sales team's polos and bags to some banners, signage, to little trinkets that you give away. I can do it all. But what I tell companies is, what do you need? And let's figure out a strategy that can help you best for that. So say they have an event coming up. All right, hey, we have this event and we have a logo and some designs and we need some promotional materials. We need some postcards, put some banners up, some signs up. We need to give away some event swag. We want to put some items together with our logo on it or with some messaging and bundle it together to give away for the attendees, speakers that come. And we want to make it a great experience for everyone that comes to the event.
Very interesting. And I know you have done a great job of understanding what are the do's and don'ts. Do you mind sharing some of that?
Yeah, so I have some good ones here. So don't buy something you like, buy something they like. So a lot of times people will buy stuff based on what they prefer as a person. Oh, I like this, so I'm going to buy it for everyone else. But those people don't necessarily like that. They can't use it. You have to think in terms of what's useful to them, what's going to bring them value in their life, even from just a simple promotional item, promotional product. Where, for example, I have these. I should have brought one today, but as tape measures that say "create something you love" and then has my logo on it. Because when someone's using a tape measure, they're usually creating something, measuring something and taking notes or measuring for whatever kind of reason. And it's a useful item. A lot of people, they may not have a tape measure handy. It's small enough where they can throw it in their bag, throw it in their car. If they need an extra one, they can put it wherever they need to and use it for that. So what item can we give them that's going to be useful? The second one is don't wait until the last minute.
Normal disease.
No, yeah. It's tough in this industry because if you wait till the last minute, sometimes you have to pay rush fees or rush costs. And you're trying to manufacture and create a custom product, physical product where suppliers and printers, they have to gather the materials, they have to set up their production, they have to print it, and then they have to ship it to you or ship it to the event location. And generally, turnaround time is 2 weeks. That's a good standard. A lot of items can be done in less than that, and then some can even be done quicker, but there's rush costs. So if you know ahead of time they're going to put on an event or you have a need for a product, it's good to think ahead, plan it out, and work with someone to figure out what's the best item going to be.
Yes, I think that's a very good point, which I think most people, like everyone else, like April 15th is IRS tax deadline. That's the line. And the post office is open till midnight for the reason there are people who are lining up to mail it on that very day. I think that's very common. Anything else you want to mention on that?
Yeah. Another do is invest in quality versus cheaper quantity. Quality really speaks a lot about your company representation. I mean, if you're going to walk into a meeting with a future prospect, getting a business deal, you're not going to walk in like a slob. You're going to walk in presented nicely. You're going to have everything figured out and all set. The same thing with your promotional items and marketing materials. If you give away, a cheap, poor quality item, it's going to almost reflect on your company, your brand. You don't want them to think you have low quality service.
Yes.
And you don't have to spend a lot of money for that either. There's some good value priced items, or for, the high end clients or high end value meetings, you can get some really unique and exciting items.
Wow, that's fantastic. And I agree with you. I think you want to be presentable. Amazing first impression is my photographer that I just had interviewed was talking about. Make an amazing first impression, and can't make it with the quantity, you make it with quality.
Right.
Absolutely. Great. Anything else?
Yeah. So, there's a lot of things that people don't know, and that's fine. And we're here to help. So one of the things that I've kind of crafted and I'm working on, again, kind of that entrepreneurial spirit is how can I make this process quick for people, easy and
Affordable.
affordable? Yeah, very affordable. So I'm introducing a new company called Elevate Packs, P-A-X. And the website will be elevatepacks.com. And what it basically is I'm selling these kits of product that are pre-selected and packaged together that I've spent time narrowing down the options. For example, one of our boxes is called the Essentials and has a water bottle, a notebook, pen, and drawstring bag.
Okay.
And each one of those I got a sample of. I used it over time, banged it, so durable it was, and found items that I enjoy using that other people would as well. And that can represent a lot of different brands. They come in a lot of colors. So if someone goes on the website, they look through our packs. Right now we have 3 packs, an Eco Pack, Essentials, and a Tech. So they can figure out which one will work best for them right now, click on it, pick the colors of the product, upload their logo, pick their quantity. Within 24 hours, I'll send them digital mock-ups with their logo on each of the items. They approve it. And then a couple weeks later, all of those packages arrive, neatly organized in a box. Even the box has their logo on it, and they're ready to give out, hand out for different uses. A couple of them are new hire kits, employee onboarding,
Right.
Event swag, event giveaways, customer appreciation, and general brand promotion.
Wow, those are all very good ideas from you that people can, based on your research and your experience, what would be something which would be of value to the people who are in these positions, like you said, the company with new hires, onboarding, etc. Great. So how can people get hold of you?
Yeah, so a couple different ways. I have a website for Legacy called lgcysupply.com. The new company is Elevate Packs, P-A-X.com. And you can also email me. I do a lot of communication through email because we send pictures and links, and it's a great way to send a lot of the media. And it's Steve at Legacy, Legacy, brand.us.
Wow. So fantastic. So people can get hold of you that way. So what's anything else exciting coming up that you would like to share as an event in your life, or maybe a success you are chasing other than obviously Elevate Packs and Legacy right now?
Yeah, right now I'm just trying to focus on launching Elevate Packs, and we're getting ready for our Men Who Care Gala in May. And I try not to put too much on my plate because it can get overwhelming. So making sure I can handle everything and put, quality into all the work that I do.
Good. So I just didn't want to miss anything that we want to cover during this conversation. So I think we covered what you were looking for. I would assume. So thanks for sharing that. Fantastic. So good. So people know how to get hold of you. So again, Steve has some great ideas on how you can have a kit, like he mentioned to you, and obviously use tactile impressions. And he's creating a new company, elevatepacks.com, which can be helpful. If you are somebody who is interested in helping out at the charity, he has a charity called menwhocaredetroit.com, which also can be something that you can benefit from and help the community in that respect as well. So thanks, Steve, again for coming. I love your energy, and you're somebody who is, I know, very excited about providing certain solutions to people. I think I can think about you as always coming up with a new way to solve a problem. Like you said, quick, easy, and affordable. I can hear that brain running, and you're going to be creating a lot more products and value for other people. So thanks for coming. And if you're watching today and you are somebody who has a hunger to get out your message, you are humble and you have a helpful attitude, maybe you can be on this podcast as well. So thanks for joining. Thanks for joining, Steve.
Thanks, Minesh.
Sure.